how's it going? Thanks for stopping by to watch my video. My name's Eric, and today I'm going to show you how to cook some beef tri-tip, specifically sous vide style. Now, for those of you unfamiliar, sous vide is a way to cook meat to the perfect temperature, and you never risk the chance of overcooking it. This is my new VacMaster water circulator, and I've gotten it around a month ago, and I love it. Everything I've cooked has come out absolutely fantastic. I'll have some other sous vide videos on my channel, so please make sure to check them out if you've just gotten the machine. If you haven't, I certainly recommend it. It's a great way to cook, like I said. So here I got a couple 2.5 pound tri-tips I picked up. They were on sale this week, hence that's why I'm going to make it. I'm going to give this a very basic rub of salt, pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder. And then to give it a little bit of a smoky flavor, I'm going to be adding some liquid smoke and some smoke flavored olive oil in the bag, just to give it a little bit of that smoky flavor. I have a lot of smoking videos. I encourage you to check them out. One of the things I did smoke several months ago, which I love to cook on the smoker, are the beef tri-tips. So I'll leave a link below to the traditional smoked beef tri-tips. And I made a video showing you how to cook this completely in the smoker, and it came out delicious. But this time, I'm going to try my new toy, my sous vide machine, and I'm just going to add this little smoke flavor, and I'm going to obviously see how good it comes out compared to cooking it in the smoker. One of the big advantages of the sous vide machine is you can cook it at that perfect temperature from edge to edge. Normally, if you cook on a grill or a smoker, the inside's going to be more raw, and the outside's going to be a little bit more cooked. The only disadvantage of cooking with the sous vide is when it comes out of the bag, it doesn't have a lot of color, it's not crisp. So we're going to finish this off on a very hot grill for 90 seconds to 2 minutes on each side, just to get a nice golden brown crisp on it. If you don't have a grill, you can crisp it up in an oven in the broiler around 400, 450 degrees for a few minutes each side, or you can even cook it in a frying pan under very high heat. Like I said, you just want to sear in the outside and give it that attractive crust that we're looking for. So let me get busy seasoning these up. I'll show you the next step right now. Alright guys, now you can put any kind of rub you want on it. You could just put salt and pepper. I mean, that's the bare minimum. You want to get some kind of seasoning on there. One of these, I'm going to make this very basic rub. The other one, I'm using something store-bought, which is called Chicago Steak Seasoning from Weber. We've tried these on a couple New York strip steaks in the sous vide a couple weeks ago, and we really like the flavor of this. So, if you don't want to go through the hassle of making your own spice rub, feel free to buy something store-bought. They're usually inexpensive and they're just as good. So for the basic rub I'm making here, I'm just, even parts, 1 tablespoon of regular sea salt, of regular ground pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder. I mean, very, very basic. That's kind of like the basic thing for just about every mixture that you're going to use. So you're just going to stir it up, make sure it's all blended together. And what we're going to do now is we're going to season both sides nice. Make sure to put enough on it, flip it over, put enough on the back side. Then I'm going to put them in some food saver bags and seal them. And like I said, before I seal them, I'm probably going to put like a 1/4 teaspoon of the liquid smoke and a 1/4 teaspoon of the smoked olive oil. And I'm going to seal it up nice and tight and let them sit for maybe 15, 20 minutes to a half hour, soak up those flavors while my sous vide machine gets heated up. I just turned it on. We want to get it to a temperature of 135. We're going to be cooking this, on the low end, you want to go at least 2.5, 3 hours, all the way up to 7, 8 hours. I wouldn't recommend going any more than 8 hours because the meat starts to change its consistency a little bit. Oh, my machine is ready, so I better get busy seasoning these up. So I'll get busy seasoning them, and I'll show you how they should look when we're all done. Alright guys, so I have both the tri-tips in the food saver bags. Now if you don't have a vacuum sealer, that's okay. Just use a heavy-duty Ziploc bag, something that's freezer grade, because you want to make sure the seams don't break. You might even consider double bagging it just to be safe, because you don't want any water to get in here and ruin the whole project in the middle of the cook. But if you got a vacuum sealer, that's even better. So this one's got the Chicago Steak Seasoning, and this one has that little salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder rub that I made. So now you want to put a little bit of liquid in here to help seal and give it a little bit of juice to cook in, because it's going to be cooking in here anywhere from 3 to 6 hours. So I got this extra virgin olive oil from a local market out here called Trader Joe's, and it's actually smoked. So that's going to give me a little bit of smoke flavor. Now you don't need a whole lot. You just literally want to pour a little bit in here, and you don't need to measure it. You know, just kind of eye it. Maybe like a teaspoon and a half, just like that. Like I said, this isn't an exact science, so just pour a little bit in there, get a little juice. And then we're going to add the liquid smoke. Now I'm using hickory today. I like that. They also make this brand with mesquite. Mesquite is a little too sweet for me, so I don't mind this. Now this stuff's pretty powerful, so be careful. Don't go overboard. I mean, literally maybe 3-4 drops. There we go. That's all you really need, because you don't want to overpower the good flavor of the meat. Just a little bit to give it a little bit of flavor. There we go. A little bit of this goes a long way. I'm going to go ahead, vacuum seal these up. We'll be back in a second, and I'll show you when we put it in the sous vide bath. Alright guys, as you can see, I got both the tri-tips vacuum sealed in these bags with the spices and a little bit of that olive oil and liquid smoke. My sous vide machine is ready. I just set the timer. Like I said, I'm going to go for at least 5 hours. I set it for 6 hours and 25 minutes. This can go all the way up to 9-10 hours, so don't be concerned with that. That's one of the great advantages of cooking sous vide, is you can go about your own business. You got company coming over. You know how it is. You get distracted, you start talking, you have a couple drinks. You know, at least this way you're not slaving in the kitchen. So here we go. We're just going to stick them in here. You want to make sure the water level too doesn't go too high. I left it at around the halfway mark because I don't know how putting these two in is going to affect that water level. There's one. You know what? I should probably put them side by side like this. Let's see if I can do it like that. Just want to make sure they're both in there. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. So you just want to make sure they're both in there. Need a big enough container, obviously. Whoops. And then some kind of clip, just to clip the bag, whoops, to the outside. I've got one more clip here for the other side. Be careful because the water's kind of hot. I just want to make sure it's completely submerged. All right. There we go. They are in there. So now I can just go and enjoy the rest of my day. It's around 11:30 in the morning. I'll let these things cook for a minimum of 5 hours. 5 to 6 hours is what I'm going for. Maybe a little longer. Just depends on what happens, you know, later on this afternoon. So there we go, guys. It's all set. So I'm just going to let the sous vide machine work its magic, start to cook these. I'll be back probably in late afternoon, maybe 4 hours or so, just to show you how it looks like. And we'll go from there. See you in a little bit. Hey guys, it's been around 4 hours, 4.5 hours, hovering at 135. You can see a lot of juice is beginning to collect in these bags here. One of the other downsides of cooking sous vide is you can't smell all that deliciousness, but we'll be enjoying it shortly. But in the meantime, I'm going to be trying a new beer. Look at this massive, wonderful 32-ounce can, Mission Brewery Shipwreck Double IPA. I'm looking forward to this. So let me get my camera here. I normally don't drink beer out of a can, but I saw this at the store and I couldn't resist. This looks awesome, doesn't it? 9.25% alcohol. Woo! Oh boy. Let's get this thing poured and take a look at it. So this should be done in a couple hours here. That'll give me enough time to enjoy this. All right, let's check this out. Boy, I like the color. I like the head. Definitely smells hoppy. Mild citrus flavor, like kind of like grapefruit. It's got a pretty strong malt flavor initially, and then you could taste the hoppy aftertaste. And it's just slightly bitter, but it's good because it kind of balances. It's not too sweet. I like it. Yeah, it's a little strong at the end, but it's good. I like it. Wow. Yeah, definitely worth making an exception. Drinking a beer out of the can, especially when it's a big, lovely 32-ounce can like this. So we got another, well, I set it for around 6 hours, 6.5 hours. We got an hour and 42 minutes. I'll probably pull it out here within the next couple hours. We're going to dry them off and then a quick sear, around 2 minutes each side on the grill. So in the meantime, I'm going to let this continue to just cook perfectly at 135. I'm going to finish drinking this beer and we'll be back in a couple hours to see the very next step. Hey guys, welcome back. This is about to go off in 10 minutes, so it is done. So I'm going to show you what to do with just one right now. I'm going to pick the one with our homemade rub. Those plastic things always fall off. So it is done. You can see how much juice is collected in the bag. Quite a bit. I'm going to save that for a little au jus. I'm going to be sauteing some mushrooms to serve with this. And I'm going to put that au jus in, kind of like a gravy that I'm going to put over the slices. Okay. So all you want to do when you take it out of the bag, and if you've never done this before, it's not going to look particularly appetizing. Because it's going to look wet and kind of soggy, but it's perfectly cooked. Oh wow, the seasonings. Oh, it smells good. All right. So like I said, I'm going to save this for an au jus. Let's put this down here. Basically what you want to do is just dry it off, because we want to put that real hot sear on it, and it's going to work if the meat is a little bit dry. And then what you want to do, because some of this is rubbed off, I got a little bit of that mixture of the salt, the pepper. We're just going to put a light dusting of it because some of it was lost in that juices as it cooked. So we're just going to sprinkle a light dose on it. And I'm going to do it with steak seasoning on the other one. So I'm going to pull the other one out. I'm going to do the same thing with the other seasoning. I'm going to fire up that grill. I'm going to get it as hot as I can, 500 plus degrees. And we're going to just throw these on the grill for 90 seconds to 2 minutes on each side, just to get a nice crispy coating. We'll be back in 1 second. All right, guys, I have the grill heated up really hot. I'm just going to throw these tri-tips on. Like I said, 90 seconds to 2 minutes on each side. We just want to kind of make them more appetizing to eat, a crispy outside shell. So crank it up as hot as the grill will go. We'll let these go, like I said. Check them out inside when we're ready to slice them in a few minutes. We'll be back in a second. Alright guys, one of the tri-tips been resting for a few minutes. I'm anxious to see how it looks like inside. Let's take a look. Oh boy. Oh man, look at this. You will notice right away how evenly it's cooked from edge to edge. Not even much discoloration from where I browned it on the grill. And look, when you squeeze it, all the juice coming out of it. Oh my goodness. Man, does this look good. Well, there you go, guys. I'm anxious to try this. This looks absolutely delicious. Be back in a little bit. See how the family likes it. Alright guys, I just want you to see this. We've had a few bites already. I can't believe it. This is the most delicious tri-tip. Now look, I'm just grabbing here. When I squeeze it, I mean, look how juicy this is. Oh my goodness. It's just Normally, if I cook this on the grill, this temperature, I'd have a hard time swallowing some pieces because it seems like it's just a little too rare for me and the texture's off. But cooking this 6 hours just makes it perfect. It like dissolves in your mouth. It is so juicy, so tender, so delicious. I can't even believe it. Whew. You guys have to try this. All right, guys, here you are. We have it dished out on some plates, ready to eat. This is my wife, Monica. What is it we're eating with it? I don't even remember what it is.
So we have zucchini sauteed with butter and a little bit of garlic butter, a little olive oil, and some spices. And then we have some roasted red potatoes with olive oil, rosemary, and some garlic, and topped with some Swiss cheese. Delicious. Oh my goodness.
Okay, well, I'm going to try.
I just want to look at it. I don't want to even touch it.
I want to look at it too. I'm hungry.
True, I am
and
too.
I'm telling you guys, if you've never had a sous vide machine and how it cooks the meat perfectly, look at this. It just melts in your mouth. I can't even describe it. It's so good. What do you think?
I'm in overload right now with my senses. It's amazing.
Thanks for watching, guys. Please check out my other videos. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and check out some of my other smoking videos. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Bye.